Mirror neurons and emotions. Mirror neurons are types of brain cells that respond equally when we perform an action and when we witness someone else performing the same action. They were first discovered in the early 1990s, when a team of Italian researchers found individual neurons in the brains of macaque monkeys that fired both when the monkeys grabbed an object and also when the monkeys watched another primate grab the same object. At the University of Parma, Italy, neuroscientist Giacomo Risolati, along with his colleagues, first identified mirror neurons and concluded that these neurons could help explain how and why we read other people's minds and feel empathy for them. If watching an action and performing that action can activate the same parts of the brain in monkeys down to a single neuron, then it makes sense that watching an action and performing an action could also elicit the same feelings in people. The concept might be simple, but its implications are far-reaching. Over the past decade, more research has suggested that mirror neurons might help explain not only empathy, but also autism and even the evolution of language.
Researchers looked at the activity of single neurons in the brains of the macaque monkey. They came across a system of neurons that fired both when the monkey performed an action, grabbing a peanut, and when the monkey observed a researcher grabbing a peanut too. The researchers called the system mirror neurons because the neurons reflected a behaviour, even though the monkeys weren't performing that behaviour themselves. And mirror neurons aren't just a monkey thing. There's evidence for the system in human brains too.
Where are mirror neurons located? Mirror neurons are located in different parts of the brain. Basically, each part of the brain has a different function, and so the mirror neurons work in these parts of the brain. For instance, frontal lobe neurons are active during observational learning in the brains of animals and humans when performing certain actions or when observing another doing so. PET scans of different brain areas show that humans have a mirror neuron system that supports empathy and imitation.
Why is yawning contagious? Now, in terms of imitation, yawning is a good example. We all have wondered at some point in our lives why watching the person in front of us yawn make us yawn too. And furthermore, we all have tried with every one of our efforts to resist the urge at least once in our lives in vain. Have you ever wondered why sometimes, even when you don't find a joke funny, just looking at other people smile or laugh makes you laugh too? And when someone is crying, it makes you want to cry too? This is because the mirror neurons were at work. Mirror neurons help identify emotions in faces. Mirror neurons are well positioned to support understanding what action another individual is performing and how it's being performed. Neurons in the premotor cortex fire during goal-directed actions as well as the observation of similar action. Observation of an action automatically triggers simulation of that action. Mirror neurons provide a neural basis for imitation and empathy. They help us understand actions and intentions of other people. Researchers say that people who are good at interpreting facial expressions have more active mirror neural systems. Findings about the mirror neural system add weight to the idea that these cells are crucial to help us figure out how others are feeling. Because they allow us to mimic what others are doing, it's thought that these neurons may be responsible for making us feel empathy or understand others' intentions and states of mind. Mirror neurons represent the neurological mechanism that allows us to put ourselves in the shoes of others. Why do we feel tears well up when we see a loved one cry? The study of pain demonstrates that sharing the emotions of others may not be limited to sharing their affective states. Motor and somatosensory aspects of emotion may also be shared. In most cases, we deduce the emotional states of others from their motor behavior. We know people are happy because they smile when they are happy, and we know when people are disgusted because they turn up their noses. Humans activate the premotor cortex upon viewing an emotional facial expression.
Empathy. Based on these pictures, how do you feel? Most people feel happy when they see the first picture, and sad when they see the second. This is empathy. Pedagogical implications. Implications for classrooms. We already guessed that an important way humans learn is by observing and copying, but now we have the brain science to prove it. Research strongly suggests that humans are meant to learn together and from each other. We all get farther, faster by working cooperatively. Watching a teacher, mentor, or other student demonstrate a skill is a much higher quality learning experience than just reading or hearing an explanation. Recommendation: encourage all classrooms to have a demonstration corner, which is a destination spot that hopefully the students can move to, but at the very least physically shift their focus towards where presentations can be highlighted in time and space. How does this apply to teachers? It is not just students who are subjected to the power of mirror neurons. If we are not aware, we can easily be subconsciously swayed to join in the lethargic mood to the 25 students staring at us, slumped over their desks, knowing that this can easily zap the energy in the room, and yourself hit the refresh button. Have the students stand up, move around. Jumping jacks are my favorite go-to. And when they sit back down, make a conscious effort to model the energy and interest level you want them to maintain. So now, stand with a smile and open arms in front of your students and model with intention.
Mirror neurons are obviously essential brain cells for social interactions. Without them, we would likely be blind to the actions, intentions, and emotions of other people. Your students will imitate you. Use it as a force for good.
Looks like rain again today. Dark clouds gather and fill the sky. Don't know how to talk to you, just know how to say goodbye.
Would you actually got it by the lights? I don't think so. Did you see it back there? Go back where you came from. Go back where you came from.